What's going on YouTube? Captain Redbeard back here on the Division 2 with you. And I just wanted to show you a build that I use in the Dark Zone as a support build when I'm running in a group. So let's get right into it and I'll show you what it is. Okay, so starting at the top, I'm using the Technician Specialization. I am using that for the reason I always use it, to give me the extra skill tier. For the weapons I'm using, I have the CMMG Banshee. Total damage with this build is 112.5k. Expertise is 23, SMG damage, critical hit chance, damage to target out of cover is maxed out. And for the talent on it, I have Sadist. Amplifies weapon damage by 20% to bleeding enemies. After 4 kills, applies bleed to the next enemy you hit. Backup weapon, I'm using the St. Elmo's Engine. Total damage with this build is 93.2k. Expertise is 21, assault rifle damage, health damage, damage to target out of cover is maxed. Talents Actum Est. Shooting an enemy with this weapon will give 1 stack. At 100 stacks, the next magazine will be 100% filled with shock ammo. Obviously, if you don't know, that drops down to 50% shock ammo in PvP. PDI Card Customs, my sidearm. When you draw it, you get a skill tier. And so for the gear set, I am using 2 Walker Harris, 3 Brazos, and I'm using the Ridgway's Pride. So for the mask, I'm getting 2 of the brand set bonuses, plus 5% weapon damage and plus 5% damage to armor. Core attributes armor, expertise is 12. I have critical hit chance, critical hit damage with a crit damage mod. For the backpack, core attributes weapon damage, minor attributes crit chance, and weapon handling. The CMMG Banshee has a pretty low reload speed. It's quite slow, so I just figured help it out a little bit there. And then I have a critical hit damage mod. So the talent's Wicked. Applying a status effect increases total weapon damage by 18% for 20 seconds. Works really good with the Sadist, the Wicked. It just goes together real well. So for the chest piece, Ridgway's Pride. Core attributes weapon damage, minor attributes crit chance, crit damage, and a crit damage mod. Talents Bleeding Edge. Shooting enemies within 15 meters applies bleed to the target. Repair 3 to 48% of your armor per second for every enemy that is bleeding within 15 meters. Repair strength per numbers of bleeding enemies is 1 is 3%, 2 6, 3 is 12, 4 is 24, and 5 is 48. Now I found it doesn't really work that well, even in, PvE, as far as getting your armor back from this. Not for me anyway. I guess you could stack that with armor regen and it would do a lot better, but that's just not the way I use it. Over to the gloves. Brazos, all 3 of the brand set bonuses, plus 10% skill haste, plus 1 skill tier, and plus 50% magazine size. Core attributes armor, expertise is 14, and the minor attributes crit damage and crit chance. To the knee pads, core attributes armor, minor attributes crit damage, crit chance. And the holster, we're using Picaro's holster. Core attributes armor, expertise is 19, critical hit damage, and with Picaro's holster, it's the name Brazos holster, you get the weapon damage core. And for my skills, I am using the Blinder Firefly and the Holographic Distraction Decoy. You gotta love the holly, right? So what I'll try to do is use the St. Elmo's Engine and get shock ammo in there. If you look, the magazine size with the Brazos gives me 105, one in the chamber, 106. And after getting that filled with the shock ammo, I just swap over to the Banshee and I'll use that. But then I'll switch over to the St. Elmo's depending if I need more range or not. Because the Banshee doesn't really have good long range, and it tends to work pretty good. Again, it's a pretty decent support build. So check it out, let me know what you think. Not a bad build at all. The way it sits right here is 1.5 million armor. Take a look at the stats. Alright, so weapon damage is at 112.4k, PvP weapon damage is at 37.4, crit chance is maxed at 60, critical hit damage is at 146, headshot damage 70, all weapons damage bonus 83%, SMG damage bonus 30%. we're just over 1.5 million armor. Max health is 363k. And there it is. There's the build. Check it out. Let me know what you think. If you like this video, hit that like, subscribe, help me support my channel. I appreciate you guys, as always. And alright, that's the build. I'm going to get out of here. I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.